Hello everybody, my name is Crazy Guitar Man, and today we're going to be going over the 1.2 patch notes, which should be in the game, just as this video is getting to you guys. There is a lot to be excited for in this patch, from chapters finally being released, to Clash finally coming into the game, new talents as well as changes to the old ones, as well as the same for consumables. And don't forget there's a lot of bug fixes here too that make the game a little bit more enjoyable. But I do want to mention that I stream on Twitch at 12 PM PST on the weekends. Also don't forget to check out my Twitter and Instagram at CJM_Jared and check out our Discord that we have in the links below. So to kick things off, I should probably mention a couple announcements that Spellbreak made that don't necessarily have to do with the patch itself. The first of which is Twitch Rivals, which is happening on October 27th at 1 PM PDT. This is basically a competitive event that will host a bunch of different teams going against each other. This is going to have a lot of familiar names if you've been around the Spellbreak community for a while. I hope it brings a lot of new players to the player base. It's gonna be great. Now for the second announcement that's not patch related, Spellbreak has announced the Spellbreak Academy, which is them working with the Element Discord. Element Discord is one of the big ones that's been around for a little while, hosting scrim events and tournaments. They're basically having a few different content creators prepare some stuff for people to learn from, so you can sign up at the Spellbreak Academy when you want to learn that. Links to both of these announcements will also be in the description below if you want to check those out directly. Anyway, onto the actual prologue and the patch notes. So the first thing that we're going to go over is Clash, which is basically a quote-unquote new game mode. We actually saw this during beta once before. It's a 9v9 team deathmatch mode, similar to Fortnite's Team Rumble, where two teams race to kill enough of the other enemy team and try to get to a specific point level before the other one does. Each match starts off with you dropping in and starting to loot for different items as you normally would in a Battle Royale, except this one ends up where you're in a small circle with the enemy team trying to get all those kills on each other. This does support respawns, so it's basically a team deathmatch in that sense. You don't stay exiled when you fully die, so no worries about that. It's a good way to get into a fight and learn the game if you're new, or if you're just not super into Battle Royale and, you know, all the downtime that's associated with that. So go check it out if you're into that. Now the off-putting part of this, which has a bunch of us pretty sad, is in order to make sure their player base isn't split too much, they are disabling duos. Don't shoot me. I'm just please, I'm just a messenger. No. Duos is honestly my favorite way to introduce new players to the game. This is kind of a bummer for me, but I also understand that they don't have the most players as like Fortnite or anything else like that, so it's kind of a necessary approach until we get more and more people. They did say that they will be rotating different game modes, so hopefully this won't be something that is for very long. They didn't say exactly how long, but I wouldn't assume it would be like multiple months or anything. Moving on to the Prologue chapter. This is the first introduction for the chapter system, which I am probably the most excited about compared to everything else in this whole announcement. What chapters is basically their version of a battle pass as far as I understand it, to the point where someone asked if they're making a battle pass and they said, "Did you just listen to us? We just talked about it." This involves you leveling up your prologue level. I'm not sure if it's like a reputation level or something along those lines, but you'll level that up to level 25. Apparently chapter 1, which is the next one after this, will be up to level 50. Anyway, in order to do that, you will be completing quests for Avira Emberdane, which is the person who taught you in the tutorial. You get these quests every week, and if you level up enough, you will unlock outfits, cloudbursts, afterglows, any of the cosmetics, as well as gold. And the real kicker for all of this, compared to any other battle pass, is they're making Prologue completely free for everybody. So if cosmetics, story, anything like that takes your fancy, definitely go check this out while you can. I'll also take this moment to plug in my other content I made, which is Garrick's Journal, which is the other lore at this point. There wasn't anything else other than Garrick's Journal, which is just a written piece of work basically. If you want to hear about how the HoloLands was before everything, go check that out. Now let's talk about some of the cosmetics that are coming in aside from the chapters content. For the past few days, they've been announcing a new skin every day that they're adding in for Hallow Eve, which is basically their Halloween event. From this, in order, they announced Snow Wraith, Immoral Alchemist, Candy Coated Conjurer, Dearly Departed, and finally the Barren, which is probably the one that a lot of people want the most, including myself. All of these skins will be available in the shop, as well as having a bundle that you could purchase. I'm not sure if it's just one bundle, if there's going to be multiple, but basically that'll allow you to save money if you're trying to get multiple skins all in one. So go spend your gold, I don't have a creator code. Make sure you use one so then you don't waste all that money that could be going to good content creators. Next, we have talents. So the big discussion so far has been around the new talents that they're adding into the game. There are 3 of them, and they all cost 3 points per talent, and they encompass each different category of talent, so mind, body, and spirit. The first one is Vigor, and this one basically just increases your max health by 25, and as you increase it by scrolls, goes up to 30, 35, and 50. Now that is what we call one thick boy. Damn boy, he's thick! Now for the second one, we have Foresight, which is basically just a way to see future storms and mana vaults are gonna appear. You also see enemies on the minimap every 10 seconds, and as you increase it, 9, 8, and 5 seconds. I'm not sure exactly how that's gonna work out. Maybe you'll be able to see invisible people. And thirdly, the real cream of the crop, the shaker-upper, the moneymaker, Ambidextrous. For 3 points in Spirit, you can gain the level 1 skill of whichever offhand gauntlet you have. This means that if you have Wind in your offhand, you'll be able to jump up in the air. If you have Frost, you'll be able to cast the lance and actually get the little ice puddles underneath. You also get the benefit of offhand spell mana costs going down by 5, 10, 15, and 25% for the different skill levels. Now this one's really interesting and it's probably gonna change metas up a bit, and I have no idea how certain things are gonna work, such as how is it gonna work out to where if you have the extra 20 armor from stone, that's just one of the weird things that's coming from this, as well as just a whole meta shift that might occur, especially with spell slingers. I feel like this is the spell slinger thing, so I'm kind of worried, but we'll get through it together. Anyway, let's get back to talents that we actually know about. Finders Keepers, they changed the cost down to 1 instead of 2. They also changed the description. Now it reads, chance to find potions from chests, plus 25, and chances to find scrolls from chests, plus 25, or plus 50, 75, 100, 150. They also changed the description to add chance to find potions from chests, plus 25. So basically, you'll find extra potions with Finders Keepers, so that's kind of neat. It's also cheaper, so maybe people will run it. Fortitude, also down to 2 instead of 3. Scavenging is now up to 2, up from 1. Fervor is up to 3 from 2. Escapist now reads run speed plus 3, and then on damage taken, run speed plus 1, 2, 3, and 5. So basically, you just get a natural added run speed, as if you have boots on, basically. And this scales with other boots, so you could have golden boots, plus a little bit of extra speed from that, and I can only imagine how fast you go when you're running in Frozone mode on the ice. And finally, we have Thirsty. The consume speed is now 35, 50, 65, and 90% faster. This is a slight nerf to the speed. I can't remember exactly what the numbers were previously. That's all the changes to talents. Let me know what you think about these in the description below, as well as the next thing we're talking about, Consumables. One thing that they added that's more of a quality of life change for Consumables is when you drink one, your vitals bar, the health and armor, will actually show how much you're going to be healed for the current effects that you have. This means if you just drunk a potion and you don't know exactly how much it's going to go up to, and you haven't done the math, and now you don't know how many seconds have passed, you don't have to worry about that anymore. You could just see exactly what that's going up to see if you need to drink a second potion or not. Now for the potion reworks, they have new small potions and small armor shards. These drop in 2 and you could hold up to 6. They're common rarity, and they heal 15 health over 5 seconds after drinking them for 2. What we used to call the small health potions are now just normal health potions, except without normal, they're just health potions and armor shards. They did get slightly buffed, it looks like, so now they're 25 instead of 20. The larger health potions and armor shards, those are untouched, so they're the exact same. However, they did add a new potion called Safeguard, which refills both health and armor. After drinking these for 5 seconds, they will give you 25 health and armor over 10 seconds. They're epic rarity, and you can only stack 1 in a hotbar slot. There's also a large Safeguard potion, which you drink for 8 seconds, and it gives you 50 health and armor over 10 seconds. Now these ones are legendary in rarity, so you're not going to be seeing these pretty much at all for the most part, and they also take up their entire hotbar slot, no stacking. Now for the final potion, and this is also one that worries me a little bit, is the Knowledge Potion. After drinking this for just 1 second, it gives you 2 bonus charges to both your rune and both your sorceries. Sure, they're epic in rarity, so they're a little harder to find, but I feel like these should probably boost that up, but let me know what you think in the comments. These also take up their own slot, so no worries about any more than 4 of these. There was a clip on the Reddit post that they did for the announcement of this, where he was just showing off that you could have like 8 boulders. I can only imagine how that's gonna be for Toxic with the +2 Toxic Clouds. That's what, 24? I'm just gonna hope that they're rare enough and move on. Now for the boring part of the video, the bug fixes. I'm just gonna read through these very quickly so then you guys get the gist of what's going on, not too much discussion. This first one's really cool. Now when you upgrade a gauntlet or rune, your cooldown no longer resets. That's huge. Why wasn't it like that before? I love it. Similarly, reading a scroll to upgrade runic fluency will not cause it to reset. They made a change to how matchmaking works. It's basically just a revamping of how they do the match cooldown timer or countdown timer to where it'll better populate with players. They also fixed an issue with the lightning strikes sorcery not striking players in the outside edge of the sorcery. This one's worded really weirdly, so I'm just gonna say what it actually means. Immediately jumping when you step in a puddle no longer prevents damage from being correctly applied. Basically, if you jumped at just the right time, you would avoid the damage. Fix the bug where shadow stepping into a toxic cloud caused the dash component of vanishing mists to not trigger. The main menu hotbar has been slightly reordered. All players now start with the title Breaker by default, so no names out there now. Emotes now loop in the store and collections menus. Artifacts now freeze if the player is frozen. Frozen Boulder has improved VFX and material, which kind of upsets me because I just made that interactions video that includes some frozen boulders. Go check that out in the link below, by the way. It's pretty neat. New sounds added for when players use consumables. Spellbreak ID should now always be visible in the account management or add a friend screens. Switch now supports gyro controls. They also hopefully fixed the black screen issue for real this time. And players with their system date set before August 18th on Switch are now able to log in. For PlayStation 4, fixed a bug causing the flash freeze sorcery target indicator to display an incorrect smaller radius until the player moves the camera. They also fixed an infinite loading screen caused by signing out of PSN while on the loading screen. For Xbox One, they fixed a crash caused by losing internet connection during screen transitions, resolved an issue causing frame rate hitching when picking up items, fixed an assortment of Xbox crashes, just generally, and they also fixed the same flash freeze sorcery target indicator as the PS4 had. Now for all platforms, when servers are down for maintenance, the client now properly reports that instead of giving an authentication error. When a player is exiled from a game and in party with players still in the game, they are no longer incorrectly labeled as in-match when they return to the lobby. Fixed a bug causing the shop tabs UI to become corrupted after idling it for a long time. This sounded like it was an absurd length of time. If a player fails to enter correct account information, they'll now be taken back to the login screen. The board emote now has the correct icon. Parties will no longer be broken up due to network hiccups. Fix an issue causing users with controllers to be reportedly prompted to press the confirm button through lost password flow, even after confirming. Users who exit out of the current match and ready up are now able to unready while party members are in the game. Fix the bug causing some users to randomly disband from a party after a match concludes. Sound effects of cancelled sorcery will no longer play twice. Fixed a rare bug that prevented voice chat from being enabled. Players can now see the login queue countdown when logging into Spellbreak with high server load. Adjusted Nature's Bounty Cloudburst color scheme to better match preview icon. Fixed a bug causing unlocked cards to appear squished when viewed from the rank up reward notification. Exiled players no longer get interaction button hints. Basically, you won't be told to drink a potion when you're already dead. Unless that might be a resurrection potion link? Wink wink, nudge nudge. Maybe? I don't know. Fix a bug causing the cursor to lose focus when receiving a party invite on the party invites section of the friends screen. Sound effects for the menu and tile screen, mana recharge, and mana depletion are now correctly affected by the sound effects volume slider. Improved tracking on emote wheel when using a mouse. Setting voice input volume to 0 now correctly mutes teammates. When one player leaves a party of 2 or more when all their teammates are ready, the party no longer instantly joins a match. Fix a number of typos. Fix a number of untranslated strings. Fix a bug causing the spectate camera to focus on the lobby map instead of another player when the spectate button is pressed immediately after being exiled. Fix an issue causing lag when getting exiled. Fix a bug causing the incorrect class icon to appear next to unlocked skill on mage rank up. And of course, fix a bunch of miscellaneous crashes. Alright, that's all the 1.2 patch notes. We got through it. There are a couple of things I'm worried about, but overall I'm just really excited. At the very least, the worrisome things will shake up the meta a lot, and things are gonna get kind of weird for a little bit maybe. And I'm glad about story, I'm glad about progression, I'm glad about cosmetics. Please give me the pumpkin man. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see some more of this kind of content and some tutorials I got coming up. Check out the stream, Discord, Twitter, Instagram. Comment down below. What do you guys think about the changes, and what are you planning on running now with the new talents, and what kind of potions are you going to be trying to grind for? I'm curious what your builds are going to look like now that everything's getting kind of wonky. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the new patch, and I will see you in the HoloLens. Take care, everyone. I've got a good amount now. I can drop some. Oh, wait.
I dropped this one right here.
What?
Oh.
How?
Okay, goodbye.
What? How did? What?
What? Two mods made it to the
Okay.
bottle.
He's half. He's one.
You stand
Hello.
still.
Oh,
he left.
he left. He left.